Welcome to Salt Creek Living. I'm John, and today we're going to make delicious venison jerky. Kind of lazy, so we got...
It's not a matter of laziness, it's easier.
Okay, a few years ago, my wife was kind enough to give me the jerky slicer attachment for Christmas for our Cabela's meat grinder. And we used it a few times before, and we've had really good luck with it. We liked it. The reason I like it is uniform on the thickness. You don't have some pieces that are super crispy and some pieces that aren't quite done. If you like the muscle type of jerky, that's what we're making now. So they call it basically I call it gas station jerky. So the big pieces, just one piece of meat, not the ground meat that's smashed up. This is a great attachment. So one of the things, these blades in here are super sharp. They're rollers. So think of like about 15 pizza cutters going interchangeably at the same time, and it's slicing everything uniform. Now, sometimes it gets jammed and it's kind of a pain, but they give you tongs. These tongs did not come with it. I can't find the tongs that came with it. They give you the tongs.
I'm sure we'll find them as soon as we finish the project.
Not just for safety, but to help guide that meat through. So we got a nice piece of steak here. We're just gonna, and I have my foot pedal. So the foot pedal is awesome for this.
There you go.
And then you can just stop it as you go through. Now, most of this bin I have here is backstraps. See, most of this, like I said, is back straps. I'm going to try and go through the meat that's not first. And again, it's a thin one. You want to go against the grain. Most likely want to put it in this way. We want to go this way. And that's so it's chewy. So it's not all tough and it's easier to bite into, because if it's with the grain, if you cut it with the grain, you're biting into the grain. It doesn't want to bite off, but if it's against the grain, you can tear it easier with your teeth. So we're going to make about 2 to 3 pounds. I'm just going to keep putting some in here. You can see where it flipped in there and it went with the grain on that one. So that one's gonna be a little tougher.
Now we are going to be also doing the other style of jerky that you do with ground.
Snack sticks like the Slim Jim type. And some of the smaller pieces that cut up that I did against the grain are gonna be more like little steak bites or little jerky bites, which are awesome. So when you do jerky, you wanna get as much fat off of the silver skin and that kind of stuff off the meat, because it helps with the process, the preserving process of it. The more fat you have on your meat, preserving it is harder. The faster it goes rancid. And this type of jerky that we're doing, the recipe does not call for the curing salt. It's smoked jerky. It's really only a couple of weeks shelf life. So we don't want to do 30 pounds of jerky at one point unless you're going to throw it in the freezer and get it out. So definitely not dehydrated. And we've done that where it's super crisp. We've got some that's 3 years old and it's still edible and tastes fine just like it did the first day. That's more of a dehydrated meat versus an actual like tender, nice, juicy piece. I know it's jerky and it's dry, but it still locks in that flavor. So that's one of the complaints we had from the kids the last time we did it wasn't chewy enough. It was too crunchy. You can do it in the oven. We tried it in the oven. The last time we did it, we tried oven, dehydrator, and smoker. Smoker won by a mile. Oven was gross. It still worked. It didn't get enough flavor, and we didn't use liquid smoke to get any smoke flavor. And the dehydrator we dehydrated it so much that it was like dehydrated meat, and some of that's still good.
Which I don't mind that, like especially if we're up and I just need something to, be chawing on. It's not.
I don't mind them either, because I just stick a piece in my mouth and just kind of let it soften up. But the kids didn't like it, so your preference on which one you like better. Our house, we like the smoker better. Although we do the other kind, the extrusion. I hate that word. The ground meat kind. We often do that in the dehydrator. It's better control. So we've got this ground. This is enough right here, for more than enough for our recipe, and it will probably be 2 batches in the smoker. We're gonna do the marinade, so we let it marinate overnight, and then we'll put it on the smoker tomorrow. Okay, we'll catch you back in a few. See, now we're gonna make the marinade, and I got this off of Traeger's website. We do have one difference, is it calls for mirin, which I guess is a rice wine type vinegar. I did a little research. They said cooking sherry could work, so we're gonna try that. So it calls for, we're doubling the recipe too, because we're gonna do about 5 pounds of meat. It calls for brown sugar. This is a 1/4 cup. Teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of onion powder, ginger, about a teaspoon. I kind of went heavy on the garlic because we like garlic, a full teaspoon of minced garlic. It calls for 1 clove, but we use the store minced stuff because it's just so much easier. And then it calls for 1/4 cup, but we doubled it, so of the mirin. So instead of doing a 1/2 cup of cooking sherry, I'm only going to do 1/4 cup. Then we're going to do a full cup of soy sauce. We don't have dark soy, we just have regular, so it works for everything else. And this should be enough to 4 pounds of meat. And we've got about 5 pounds sitting there, so may not be super strong. And you just whisk it up And this is real similar to the teriyaki sauce I make for our stir fry. I don't use the cooking sherry in it, but we're just gonna blend it up. And we're just gonna pour this in there. I'll give it a good mix. And then that's one thing I don't like about not heating up your marinade is this. It calls for just regular sugar. I use brown sugar for pretty much everything when I'm cooking, is that the sugar doesn't always dissolve. So I'm just gonna give this a good mix up like this, let it get all covered. I'm actually gonna let it soak overnight. The recipe doesn't call for that, but I'm gonna cover this and then I'll come in every couple hours and give it a good stir, but I'll probably use a spoon next time. Next time I won't be so gross about it. All right, so I'm gonna cover that, put it in the fridge. And the rest of this meat, I think what I'm gonna do is just slice it, and because we use it for stir fry and other things, and then that way, if we wanna make jerky in the future, I could just thaw it out. But we use most of this type of the deer meat, this cut, for stir fries and things like that. So I'm gonna just slice this up and package it while this is marinating. All right, so we'll catch you next time. Well, we'll be back in a little bit. So after we finished filming yesterday, we decided to put jerky in gallon-sized baggies and let it marinate in there overnight. It's just easier to put in the fridge. We would have done that in probably the first time, but we've always done our jerky in the tubs and mixed everything up. It's just easier in the fridge. We didn't need to let it marinate this long, but we did. So we're actually in our upstairs, our main kitchen, our house, because we do all the grinding downstairs just mainly because the meat grinder is 70 pounds and I don't like hauling it up the stairs. So, but the smoker's right out this door, so we're ready to go. So we let it put in there. I turned it over a few times. It actually changed the color, it darkened up because we let it marinate so long. So we're just putting it on the like that. And these are trays actually that I scavenged from our old toaster ovens that we threw out. And we use them for racks in the smoker or cooling racks all the time. That's gonna be a little too small to be. They tell you not to let them touch. They will shrink about 50%, whatever it is. So if you have 5 pounds of jerky, you're gonna have 2.5 pounds when you're done. We'll go ahead and put this on and then I'll put it on the smoker. All right, so I got the grill going. I put them on these trays just so I could stick it on the smoker easier. You don't have to use these. You can stick it right on your rack if you want, right on your smoker rack. That's one batch. We'll put it on, we'll check it in a couple hours. Some of these are small bits, so I'm gonna check in a couple hours, but that's what it looks like. I don't use the top shelf on this. I probably should, and I could fill it with jerky and it'd be fine, but I have enough for exactly two batches, so when this comes off, I'll do another batch. All right, so 3 hours is up, and that's what the recipe called for. So we took them off in 3 hours, pulled them off those racks, put the second batch in. Here is what it looks like. So the biggest complaint we've had in the past is that it's not pliable, and that's kind of how you want it there, where it's still dry, but you can chew it, and that's perfect right there. There's a couple pieces that could stay for a little longer, but we'll just eat them faster. It'll be the first ones we eat. 3 hours for this recipe was perfect for the thickness that we did it. And there's a couple things I want to emphasize. You don't need the fancy jerky slicer like we have. You can use a knife. Most people prefer to use a knife. I'm not very good at making things even. I want things to be uniform. And so most of the stuff is done. There's some spots that were a little thicker for some reason. That is done, but it still has a little bit of moisture in it, but we'll just eat it first. And then there's some spots that were closer, even though it's supposed to be even heat, they do have a hot spot. They have a hotter side. And so some of those on that hotter side is a little crispier. I don't mind that, but 3 hours was great and it worked awesome. And I want to remind you, since this doesn't have any curing salt in it, pink salt or any other preservatives, it is not shelf stable. This is not something you're going to put in your storage for months. It will mold. Put it in your fridge and it'll keep for 3 to 4 weeks. If you want it longer term than that, you'll have to really dehydrate it a lot longer and get all the moisture out, but then it's just dehydrated meat. I don't mind it. It tastes fine. But if you want that closer to gas station jerky experience, this is the 3 hours is fine. Is great. You'll just have to store it in the fridge for a couple of weeks. We only make a couple pounds at a time because it doesn't last more than a week anyways. And it'll sit out on the counter for a few days to a week and you'll be fine. But they do recommend fridge. So I had fun making it. Again, this is a new recipe for me. It's not a 10 recipe in my mind, but it is good. We will link the recipe that we used. Now, remember, we switched the mirin out for sherry, cooking sherry, because we didn't have mirin. And that may change it a little bit, but from what I read, it's fine to do that. It's a basic, you can use anything. So if you don't like teriyaki, you can use any seasoning that you like with this type of jerky. So if you want to use any of your favorite rub, you can do that. And just remember that it doesn't have the curing salt in it, so it is not shelf stable. Tell me your favorite jerky flavor in the comments. and we'll try to maybe pick a couple next time we make jerky and see how it works. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.